Hey everybody, Rory McDonald from MacDon and Associates. Wanted to jump on here really quick and share with you all something that I wanted to kind of expand on that I shared in a previous video that I did, and that is how things are changing here in the real estate market for purchasers out there right now with all these changes going on with NAR, and more specifically for you buyers and you buyers agents out there, having to have a buyer agency contract in place prior to you taking out those purchasers. So before I jump into this, I want to give you guys a quick backstory and a backlog of what it is that real estate has taken place like over the course of really forever. And I'm going to go back to like 2010, 2012, when the internet really started to be a big thing, when the iPhone that I'm currently using right now started to become a big thing, and apps on your phone started to become huge. One of the things that came out was this system called Zillow and Realtor.com, where you could go and you could search for a home. And within those systems, you could go and you can click on any house and request a showing, in which case your information gets sent over to a real estate agent who is the highest bidder essentially on your information, to which then you can set up a showing and go take a look at the house. That next step of you going and taking a look at homes is really kind of an up in the air for most real estate agents. They don't do a lot of consultation. They don't do a lot of, hey, who are you? Are you pre-approved? Are you purchasing with cash? Are you conventional, FHA, VA buyer? What's your situation when it comes to you potentially looking and purchasing this home? No one really knows. That's kind of the hard thing for us as real estate agents. I don't use those systems personally because of the speed in which you have to convert somebody really fast. I don't think it's what's best for people going that route. So one of the things that is happening in that, though, is that's how most real estate agents on the purchasing side go about bringing on a new purchasing client. Oh, you want to go look at houses? You're excited to go look at homes. I'm excited to go look at homes. Send me the houses that you want to see. I schedule them in the MLS. I schedule them as showings. I send you the list, or I tell you the first one that we're meeting at, and we go look at 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, whatever it is, homes in a day, weekend, whatever. Sometimes in those conversations, and this is what they teach most real estate agents, you want to be asking those questions at the showing, at the conversation, at the second showing, whatever it is, to find out where they're at. Are they pre-approved? Are they purchasing cash? All those things. The problem that we're running into, and we have run into, is a lot of times we take those people, and in the process of us going through that first couple showings and really qualifying this purchaser, what we're doing is a buyer agency consultation. To tell you a little bit more of what that is, when I'm working with a seller, for example, the process for working with a seller is much different from a buyer. I don't just call a purchaser and go, hey, let's sell your home. And they say yes or no. And then I start the process of walking people through the home. No, that's not how it works. It's very different. I sit down with that seller. I have a conversation with them. I explain the costs, the benefits of working with me, the pitfalls of working with certain agents, or myself even too, and what it is that we do, the photos that we take, the steps that we go through to market their property, not just on Zillow, not just on Realtor.com, but on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn is a huge one, how we go about that process. But that same process has not been something that exists for purchasers for majority of real estate agents. I would venture to say probably 80, 90% of real estate agents do not go through the process of consulting and advising their purchaser in the process of buying, what to expect, what might be best for them in the route to go, and what might not be the best for them in the route to go. That is something that we've done here at MacDon Associates, and I've done I'm going to be honest with you, I've been doing this for almost 7 years. And in my first 4 or 5 years, I did not do this. I was excited. I was a new agent. I didn't understand the benefit of actually sitting down and knowing every single step to walk somebody through until I started to become more seasoned of an agent. And I realized, man, people need to know what they're stepping into so that they know what to expect. And so that is what we do. We take people, we sit down within my office here at MacDon Associates. We're over here in Clinton Township, and we walk them through the entire process. And part of that is hey, let's get you pre-approved. Let me introduce you to the lenders that we work with and find one that's best for you. I'm not going to make this decision for you. Here's a list of some lenders that we work with that I know are qualified, that I know are good, and would be happy to help you in making sure that you have the best financial situation for you, not just to purchase the house, but to live in that house, raise a family in that house, start careers in that house, all kinds of different things, right? They're looking at the long term. We also introduce them to other people that are involved in the transaction, the inspectors that are involved in it. We sit down, we send them, quite a few inspectors that we worked with over the last couple of years here at MacDown Associates, and we say, look, here's who we use. Here's some options that you can potentially go with. Interview them, talk to them, see what they charge, see what they do. It's a value thing too. Like, for an inspector, you don't want to go with the cheapest inspector. You want to go with somebody who is going to do the job well. And it might be cheaper that they do the job well, or it might be more expensive. You want to have the best inspector. It's the exact same thing with all these other options, the lender, everything else. Another person we introduce them to here is our partners over here at Royal Oath Insurance Group. We're heavily involved in running and making sure that the purchasers that we're working with are taken care of long-term in the loan, making sure the house is in a solid situation where you're not having to have a ton of things replaced on it and fixed on it immediately as soon as you move in, or you have an idea of what is to come in the future, knowing that in the next couple of years, you're going to need to get a new roof. And then the last one, and this is huge for us too, is the insurance side of this. We don't want to just take care of your family within your home. We want to take care of your family, period. That involves the house, that involves making sure that, everything within the home is insured and long-term taken care of. We want to make sure that your family is taken care of within their car. When you're traveling with that new baby home, it's important. It's a good thing to have. And we want to take care of you in the life insurance side of things too, to make sure that your family is insured long-term. God forbid something happens to the breadwinner in the household. People are taken care of. You want to protect your family. That's what you guys want to do. So that's just a snidbit of what it is that we do in a buyer agency consultation, in addition to explaining the steps. Hey, once we get an offer accepted, here's the next things that are going to happen. You're going to have your earnest money deposit of X number of dollars. It's debatable negotiable on the contract, turned in to the title company within 48 hours of acceptance by the seller. Once that happens, as soon as that acceptance happens, you've got 7 days, 5 days, depends on the contract, 10 days, depends on the contract, to have your inspections taken care of. Oh, and here's the inspectors that we introduced, like I mentioned. And then once that happens, you're going to have an appraisal. Here's some situations with the appraisal that maybe may come up or may happen. We've noticed happening within the market today, just to prepare you for what it is that is going to take place potentially within this transaction, because wrenches get thrown in. It happens. It gets thrown in all the time. And we want not just us as real estate agents to be prepared for it, but we want you to be prepared for it and know that you are in the right hands with the agents that you're working with here at MacDown Associates, knowing that the team behind us and the team behind you is taking care of you every single step of the way, not just getting you in the home, but once you're in the home and you're preparing for Christmas dinner, once you're in the home and you're preparing for kids' graduation and tents going up in the backyard, we want to make sure that you're ready for and prepared for all of all of those steps. So be watching in the next couple of weeks here, because I am going to do a more in-depth video on this exact topic and really digging into what a buyer agency consultation looks like, and even potentially going through a kind of a mock one with one of the agents here in the office, just to show you some of the questions that come up and stuff like that. But if you are interested in looking potentially at purchasing a home here in the state of Michigan, in the next couple months, you're going to want to do this soon. You're going to want to get ahead of this, because the market is changing. It is fluctuating. It is becoming different than what it was, but those rates are continuing to stay high, and they're expecting them to stay high for the next 24 months right now. So if you're sitting on the fence and you're like, you know what, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to wait for these rates to come down. A lot of the experts in the industry are telling us that they're not going to come down, and that the prices of homes are going to continue to go up. So do you want to have a high rate and spend more on a house, or do you want to have a high rate and spend what the rate is, or the pricing is today? So that's something for you to decide as a purchaser and as a family as you're buying a house. So very thankful for you guys checking out this video. I know it was a long one, but very thankful for you guys checking this out. And reach out to us if you have any questions when it comes to the process of buying and selling a home here in the state of Michigan. Very thankful for you all. Besides that, you have a blessed day. We'll see you.